What's up? Mario here with another Dragon Ball Super discussion video. So in this video, I wanted to talk about episode 120, the episode of this week. But I do want to first bring up episode 119 because I didn't do a video on it last week due to personal issues. But if you want to skip to the part of the video where I start talking about episode 120, then skip to about the 7.5 minute mark, where you see the thumbnail of the 5 Universe 3 fighters. So, episode 119. What happened? Well, Kato Pezla was eliminated. That brought down Universe 3 from 6 to 5 remaining fighters, and further lengthening Universe 7's lead with 7 fighters. But then, Piccolo, yes, Piccolo was eliminated. So now Universe 7 is down to 6. And Universe 4, who had 3 fighters left, Gamisadas, Shanza, and Daemon, were all knocked out. Universe 4 eliminated from the tournament and erased out of existence by Zeno. Now, this episode, although all this happened, was, in my opinion, boring. It was just, I don't know, eventful but not dramatic. The way people were eliminated, the lack of reaction, the lack of comment of events from the previous episode, because episode 118, Universe 2 and 6 were eliminated, and Champa was erased, and there was no more comment by Beerus or Whis or anyone about Universe 6's erasure, and they were, they developing those characters a lot along this arc, and to just, I don't know, follow up with it like that. Then, probably the biggest disappointment was not Piccolo being eliminated, but how and the follow-up to him being eliminated, the reactions. So, listen, this is my opinion, so if you don't agree, you don't agree. But for me, the way Piccolo was eliminated, and I'm not complaining about who he was eliminated, but man, so basically he was trying to figure out where this fighter was because he sensed his key, but he didn't see him. And during all this, he wound up towards the edge of the stage and was knocked out by Daemon when he tried to counter him and failed and was perplexed, and then was struck by Daemon out of the ring. And that's it. He just winds up in the bleachers. I should have put that thumbnail in there. He's just sitting there in the bleachers like, oh man, I can't believe I didn't figure that out. Should have done better. That's it. Gohan's reaction, I don't even remember it. It was probably just like, oh, Piccolo. I don't know. Kato Pezla, when he was eliminated by Vegeta, thought by him, but actually Vegeta just did a final flash to counter Kato Pezla's move, and he wound up towards the edge of the ring, and then Gamisadas or Daemon knocked him off. The last 2 fighters, which were Daemon and Shanza, started working together. So Shanza did the illusions, and Daemon would move with the illusions. So when the illusions would strike a fighter, it would actually be Daemon, or block one of Universe 7's fighters' moves, it would actually be Daemon blocking. So it made the fighters from Universe 7 think, crap, we can't hit these guys, but they can hit us. So it was very interesting how they coordinated those two fighters' abilities to fight Universe 7, but they literally did it for like 2 minutes, and then that's it. They knocked out Shansa. I think it was Piccolo that knocked him out. Android 17 and Goku. Really, it was Universe. Why do I keep saying Universe 17? Android 17 that figured out how to beat Daemon, and they eliminated him. And then that's it. Universe 4 was erased. Listen, let's just move on to. Oh, actually no. Listen. I don't want to be just like someone complaining. So let's talk about some of the good of episode 119. So what I did like was that the spoilers were not 100% accurate, because the spoilers that I saw and heard was that the images that we saw was that Daemon and Gamisaurus were like the same, very similar. These microscopic bug people, but instead Gamisaurus was just an invisible creature or person. I would say probably about the size of Krillin, maybe a little bit smaller. So I did like that, because I actually try to avoid spoilers, because it takes away from the excitement of watching the episode a little bit. Whenever there's like something, like if I saw something coming up big with Vegeta, I try to avoid it, because I'm a diehard Vegeta fan. But and I want to like be surprised, even though usually it winds up being to be disappointed. But whatever. Getting back to 119, what I did like about it. So I like that the spoilers were not 100% accurate. I like that they referenced back to some of the events of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, with like the whole nosebleed thing, and trying to expose the invisible person. Instead, they wound up using dust, not blood, from because if you guys remember from Dragon Ball, there was the invisible person, and he was flushed out by the blood from Roshi's nose when Bulma flashed him. But so that was a nice touch. And then another nice touch was the comeback of an old Piccolo move, the full power shockwave, when Piccolo tried to use it to, because they couldn't figure out where this invisible person was, and they were getting hit by him. So he's like, well, if he's in close proximity of me, I don't have to see him to hit him if I use this technique. It didn't work, but it was cool to see it again. So let's get into episode 120. Episode 120 starts off with Universe 3 finally getting involved with the action. Now, let me just remind you guys, Universe 3 has 5 fighters left and zero KOs. They literally have not been involved. They've just had like literally seconds of screen time, which they've eliminated no one. Now they decide to go on a full-out blitz against Universe 7. So yeah, so lately everyone seems to have it with Universe 7. So if you guys have caught on with the recurring theme, it seems like each universe is going one at a time, picking a fight with Universe 7 and getting eliminated. Started off with surprisingly 6. Actually, even before that, I think it was Universe 9 that most of them got eliminated, if not all, by Universe 7. Yeah, I just double checked. They all were eliminated by Universe 7. The entire Universe 9 team was eliminated by Universe 7. Then we have Universe 6, surprisingly. Instead of clinging on till later on in the tournament, they got eliminated by Universe 7 at the same time as Universe 2. And then it was Universe 4, and now it's Universe 3's turn. So before continuing with episode 120, I know I just started talking about it, but before continuing, I just want to put these numbers into perspective, and I plan on doing another video specifically on how this tournament's going. But just real quick, Universe 7, as of the end of episode 119, or the beginning of episode 120, has 45 knockouts, 45 eliminations. The next most eliminations from another universe is Universe 6 with 12, and they're gone. And then everyone else has either single digits or no eliminations. There are 3 universes, including Universe 3, with 0 eliminations up until this point. No, correction. 2 universes with 0 eliminations, because I forgot. Universe 4 knocked out Piccolo and Keto Pezla. Alright, now seriously, episode 120. Let's get into it. As stated before, it's Universe 3 that decides to go after Universe 7, because Universe 7 now is clearly in the lead with the most fighters. So Pepperoni, the scientist-looking guy from Universe 3, tells the other 4 warriors to go after Universe 7. And so we have Koitsukai, which is the one with the long arms, Pancha, which is the green ball-looking one, and Bola, or Bola Raider, which is the one with the legs, the long legs, going after Gohan, Goku, and Vegeta. And then, I don't know if it's Viara or Biara, going after Android 17 and 18. Now, what I liked about the Android 17 and 18 fight with this Viara or Biara guy was that the Kai comments that, you know, Viara's strategy was to tire his opponents out and then turn the tables on him. But when that happened, I was like, yeah, well, he's going against the android, so that ain't happening. And then sure enough, they used that against him, because obviously the androids have an unlimited supply of stamina and energy. So they just keep going on the offensive and barraging the guy, and he just keeps on trying to take it and just waiting for them to tire out. But they're not. That's not going to happen because they're the androids. And eventually he loses. And what I love about it is that during this entire tournament, Android 17 has been so calm. Like, if you listen to the Japanese voice actor, because, you know, we're obviously watching the English subs, I love how calm Android 17 sounds during this entire tournament. In fact, he's like climbing up the charts of characters that I love. I don't know. I'm having a newfound love for this character. He's great. So, Viara's gone, and now Universe 3 is down to 4 fighters. As said, Pepperoni, the scientist guy, Kyotsukai, Pancha, and Bola Raider. So, Bola Raider, Pancha, and Kyotsukai are fighting Vegeta, Goku, and Gohan. And then, I think it was Pancha and Bola Raider, Bola, whatever his name is, go simultaneously strike Goku and Vegeta, and Gohan steps in and is basically like, I'll take care of all 3 of them, you guys save your stamina. So this is when Gohan gets serious, like he really steps it up. For all you Gohan lovers out there, this was a great episode for you. I mean, I loved his fighting style, his attitude. It was a good fight. Actually, I wish it was longer, because so here's what happens. So he's fighting them, the 3 robots, together, but they're not. You know, they didn't form the Megazord yet. They were each 3 separate robots, and he starts getting the upper hand on them. So then the God of Destruction, I think his name is Moscow, tells him to deploy Plan X, which is basically they become the Megazord. So I wish there was a little bit more fighting against the robots separately before they join forces. Like, I wish they did that at the end of the episode, because I mean, now we're coming down to the last few warriors of the tournament, so they could be making these fights more significant, you know, more drawn out. Even though, you know, some of you might be getting tired and just want the main event, but you know, this is it. It's basically down to these last 3 universes. So I don't know. The fight was cool. It was badass. Like, Gohan was doing his thing. He didn't have Piccolo there anymore, and it was just all him. He even told Vegeta, Goku, like, I got this. You guys take a breather. And he was doing a good job against the robots, and the moves were cool and everything. And then all of a sudden, it was Megazord time. Moscow, the God of Destruction, was like, deploy Plan X, and Koitsukai, the head and arms, Pancha, the stomach, body, torso, whatever, and Bolerator, the legs. And actually, I could add in a little bit of trivia. Pancia, in Italian, is stomach or belly. So there you go. Makes sense. So yeah, they join forces and become the Megazord. I thought a little bit too soon. I was hoping they would do it at the end of the episode, but no, they didn't go that way. And they form this Megazord and they start fighting Gohan, and that was over pretty quick too. And that's the end of the episode. But like I said, I thought this was a good chance to show what cool moves this Megazord thing would do now that it's all three of those robots combined. But no, so the thing starts fighting Gohan. It's a pretty even fight, and then I don't know if Gohan like did a misstep or something, but he's basically holding on to the Megazord's fist as he's trying to come down on him, and he looks like he had just about to get the upper hand on the robot and push him off, or I think he did push him off. And as he pushes him off, Vegeta and Goku come in and simultaneously punch the Megazord. So then they decide, the three of them, Vegeta, Goku, and Gohan, to fight this thing together, since it was three robots merged as one. And Vegeta and Goku fire energy beam. I don't know if it was a Kamehameha and Gallic Gun. By the colors, it looked like it, but especially Vegeta's form, it didn't look like Gallic Gun or Gallic Cannon. And basically, that beam is canceled out by the Megazord's beam, and Pepperoni starts laughing that this thing is superior to them and that they're fools. Then Goku and Vegeta are like, joke's on you. Gohan comes out with a full power Kamehameha. And I gotta say, I thought the first Kamehameha that he did in this episode looked more badass than this supposed full power one. But yeah, so he fires the full power Kamehameha at the Megazord. It starts to hold back, to fight back, but is eventually blown away along with Pepperoni. But he didn't get blown off completely off the stage, and they go finish him off, and he starts laughing maniacally and says they got this one last super master plan, the most deadliest weapon, or some baloney like that. And if you see from the screenshot, I guess none of them were knocked off the stage, because you kind of see the outline of the Megazord behind Pepperoni in the dust. So I don't know what happens to, because the title for the next episode, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear it, is menacing four-way fusion or something like that versus all out Universe 7 full-scale attack or something. And and then you see the preview for the next episode, and it's this Aniraza thing that's massive. I don't know how this thing was formed. I don't know what is gonna, how they're gonna explain the creation of this thing. What was interesting was Pepperoni's comment about him saying that I'm gonna take you all out with me, even if I have to die trying, or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts? How does this thing get created? This Aniraza. I mean, it doesn't look like a robot. So I don't know. Is it like a? I have no idea. I really have no idea. It looks nothing like any of the four remaining Universe 3 guys. So you guys tell me. It looks like, I don't know, like a hammerhead shark or like a manta ray or something with its weird head. What I thought was really cool about this episode was, the side comments as all this is going on. And, basically Beerus's nod of respect to Gohan during this. That was cool. I thought it was a better episode than 119. But, I don't know, 118, I loved 118 because it wasn't just like this one fight. You know, it wasn't basically just universe. It felt more like what this tournament should be. It should be a Royal Rumble, you know. And I thought 118 was very well done. How they kept cutting back from the different fights that were going on. I mean, even though it was only 2 fights, it was involving multiple warriors, so it was cool. But this one, it wasn't a bad episode, and I'm happy, you know, Gohan got some more badass moments. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next, because now this new episode, everyone from Universe 7 seems to get involved, including Frieza, which is long overdue. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me what you guys are looking forward to in the next episode. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think anyone from Universe 7 is going to be eliminated? Because if you look at the preview, you see Android 17 falling, and there's only like this bunch of rocks and what looks like just void behind him. So does he get eliminated? Does Android 18 get eliminated? Because you don't, in the one screen later on in the preview, you see everyone else but her. But then, I don't know if you noticed, in these previews, they kind of mess around with the order of the clips that you see in the preview. Like, take for instance, in the last preview, they showed at the very end Gohan getting serious, but that clip was actually pretty early in the episode 120. So they could be playing with us again, as they usually do. So, I don't know. I mean, I personally think next episode, Android 18 is getting eliminated. And actually, I even have a feeling that both androids might get eliminated. I hope not, though, because like I said, Android 17 is really growing on me, and I would love for him to continue being in it to see what more he has to offer. But if you look at, you know, the stats, Android 17 and 18 have put in work. They've done a great job at this tournament. You know, Android 18 is tied for third with the most eliminations with Frieza with 5, and Android 17 is right underneath with 4.5. So they've put in work. So, you know, they could, if they get knocked out, I wouldn't be, like I said, I'd be more upset about 17 because I think he has more to offer, and I'm curious because I think he's stronger than they hint at. Because I don't, if you remember when him and Goku spar Super Saiyan Blue, they were toe to toe. I don't know how serious Goku was, but you know, Android's here I go calling him Universe 17 again. Android 17 is very interesting. I'm very intrigued, so I would like for him to stick around past this next episode 121. So guys, you know, I know this one kind of dragged out because I talked about multiple things, but let me know what your thoughts are on some of the questions I brought up, especially on this upcoming episode. Let me know your thoughts about episode, you know, what you thought of these last couple episodes, including 118, because in my opinion, that was the best one out of the 3, 118, 119, and 120. And so yeah, 118 was cool how they was put together, hopping back from fight to fight. And also the side commentary was great, and the ending goodbyes of the universes, because those are the things that add depth to the characters and the stories and add weight to the events of what's going on. That's what sets it apart. That's, you know, when you don't do that, you get episodes like 119. 120 was awesome Gohan moments, and I like the android fight as well. I thought it was very interesting. I liked the side comments in this episode by the spectators. And 119 was just, for me, a no. I'm going to put it as that. Simple. It felt like a filler episode, even though all that stuff happened. You know, all those key eliminations. But, yeah, let me know in the comments below. And if you liked the video, you know, hit that like button. And if it kind of dragged on, I'm sorry, but I had a little bit too much to talk about. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have another video coming out soon, basically going more in depth as to how this tournament's going so far.